Let me show you a couple things, guys, that I did last night. All right. First thing you'll notice, look what we got up here. Look what we got up here. What's this? What do we got? We've got ballistic turrets. We got ballistic turrets up here. Okay. Ready to fuck shit up? We're going to do ballistic turrets all around this place. Okay. Look at this. I had to put in a few more habbies last night. Okay. We got a couple more habbies here for fiber. If we come in here and we come up here, you can see I have a bunch of fiber habbies. Hold on. Let's get rid of this. Fiber, nutrients, structural, fiber, and fiber. Those are all being fed by my water here. All of these here, if you guys have missed it, no, hold on, it gets better, orangutans. Don't worry, this is stage 1. So these are basically all these are all horticulture. So these are all producing plants that produce fiber, nutrients, structural things. Those come into these boxes here. So this is like my fiber box. This is like structural, membrane, whatever. So we're basically feeding all of the, let me see if I can get a bigger view. All of these habitats right here are feeding into these boxes here. Okay. Orangutans, guess what these boxes are feeding? These boxes are feeding my animal husbandry facilities. So for example, this one is combining fiber and water to feed, I forget what we're making here, what kind of animal, but it's producing antimicrobials. This one is producing membranes. This is what's allowing us to craft all that water. It's taking fiber, distilled water. This is taking fiber and water and producing membranes. This one is producing ornamentals, which we're going to probably try to make like art or something with. This is producing pigments, which is also needed for art. And then this one is producing sealant. So basically, our horticultures are feeding into these boxes. These boxes are feeding our animal husbandry. Our animal husbandry are feeding these 5 boxes right here, which is what was kind of allowing me to kind of get Gigacraft back there and get all the XP. The other thing is that I have water stations all around here. Water extractor, water extractors. There's a perimeter of water extractors all the way around here because they have to be placed a certain distance apart. So we've got the water extractors there, and then we have my power is mostly solar because I like renewable energy for my horticulture and animal husbandry. So we have our big old advanced wind turbines here. We have a couple of smaller turbines here because I didn't have the materials for that. And that's kind of it. But so I've learned I do have solar. Here. I've got these solar domes. So I kind of built what I had materials for. So I've got solar domes that are also spread around. I've got like 5 or 6 solar domes, a bunch of wind turbines. Now, the problem is, here's the problem that I'm beginning to understand. It's not like a problem with the game, but it's a problem with scaling, is that I can only, like, so for example, energy-wise, the turbines are very expensive. They take up a lot of space. Like, space is going to be the bottleneck for these outposts because the outpost can be only so big. So let's say that I wanted to export these are basically my end product materials. Let's say I wanted to export these. For me to export these to another planet, I would need to drop an intercontinental galactic donger, okay? And if I want to drop one of those dongers, I'm going to show you what it is. Hold on. Power extractor. It's this. So the way that my place is set up, I know, but hold on, Gray. Let me explain to you. The way that my place is set up, I can't make it I can't really make it any more compact than it is right now. So if I wanted to place an intercontinental shipping donger in here, I would have to remove probably some of my solars. I would probably have to remove some of my waters. The only way that I can fit more stuff in here is to delete more stuff. The only way that I could delete more stuff and keep the scale is by putting bigger things in. So for example, if I wanted to put an intercontinental shipping donger in here, what I would need to do would be to come into extractors, and I would need bigger extractors. right? So I would need basically like an industrial water extractor. This would probably replace, this would probably replace like 5 of these tiny little ones. But for me to make the industrial water extractor, I need to be able to craft Varil treated manifolds in substrate molecule sieves, or buy them, but that sounds like some pussy shit. So my point is, if we wanted to scale an operation like this, what we would need to do is build a manufactory that would allow me to build the materials that would allow me to build the bigger industrial items, which means I could place less water extractors. I could put generators in here instead of taking up, you know, a third of my land plot with solar and wind turbines. I could put helium generators in here. So I think that the way that the outposts are designed is, if you really want powerful outposts with a high output that have some utility to them, you have to build your way up through the manufacturing system. Like I mean, I could probably go buy some of these things, but I don't know if I could buy enough to really make an impact. We could tear it down and resymmetrize it. We could, Doc. We could. Got to figure out a way to go up. I wish. Though none of this stuff looks like it can go onto the stuff you have. No, what I would end up having to do... So what I would have to do is I would have to build a manufacturing outpost to make the Varil treated manifolds in the substrate molecular sieves, right? Then, once I have those, I would have to come rip down all of the small water guys to put the big water guys up. I already have a helium farm. I would have to basically rip down all of my turbines and my solars and put up like 10 helium jennies, because those don't take up any space. So like if I had 10 helium generators in here, I could rip all of these out. I could rip all of these out here, and that would free up enough space to put an intergalactic cargo donger in here, etc. The other thing is there are larger versions of these that I would be able to put in to scale it even greater. So, good morning, Just. So there's no way to expand the initial circle of influence. I don't believe there's a way to expand it. I think that initial circle of influence is put there to keep you from sprawling your base. And the worst part about it is I can't drop another, like, I wish I could drop another outpost beacon like next to it, right? But you can't. The game forces you to run like for fucking ever away. So the other problem is excuse me, sorry. I can't put a landing pad in here, right? So the only way I could put an intergalactic shipping donger in here and a landing pad in here would be to basically rip out all of these, replace them with solar, and then sorry, not solar, helium generators. And then this is the smallest version of animal husbandry. This is the smallest version of this, and do like T3. Like if we really wanted to like fucking abuse mechanics, we could definitely do like T3 versions of these. So I don't know. For a professor of botany, you got a long way industrializing a planet to snuff out the native flora and fauna. I don't know how much we get back, Ray. I actually didn't look. I did tear some things down. The other thing that I like about the outposts is the fact that they can be attacked, which is why I've got my lasers. I've got my laser beams in here. I've got my laser boys. Also, I have a little gardening robot. I have a gardening robot somewhere in here that's supposed to be increasing my my organic output by 10%. So yeah, I don't think that you can increase the circle of influence. I think that it's designed that way. You know, it's not like in Kenshi. In Kenshi, like the further you build, the larger that circle of influence becomes to a point. Like it can only get so big in Kenshi, but I don't think that this one moves unless there's like a perk or something. Yes, it does too, and I don't know why. I'll show you mine. Let me show you mine. My random cutout is right here, and I don't understand why either. It's like basically a perfect kind of triangle that's cut into it, which sucks. And I don't know what's causing it, but you can kind of see it. It's a lot too. I don't know if it's because this is mountain here. Like do you have any mountains on yours? Yeah, it's really fucking me too, because I could definitely go bigger. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a yellow line like really right here. And then there's a yellow line here, meaning this area where my mouse is, like I can't even build on that. So